Hello there and welcome back to my channel, or if this is the first video of mine you are seeing, then welcome. So I have some products here that I have just been loving. Some of them are new and some of them are older products, but I just want to talk about them here, why I'm loving these so much, and why these products are something that I would repurchase if I lost them or something happened to them or whatever the case may be. I just think these are some really solid products. I'm going to just talk about them. So I'm going to zoom you in and we're going to get started. I'm going in with the Smashbox, the original Photo Finish Smooth and Blur Primer. Now this one was sent to me in PR. However, I would buy this. I would absolutely buy this because I see a difference this does make for my pores, more in particular on my nose. And in here too, but the pores on my nose are a lot larger, and I find that sometimes if I'm not wearing a primer, if I'm just going in with a product for that day, sometimes foundations or concealers or whatever will sit weird on my nose, but you can tell that it's not, I don't know how to describe it. I'm hoping you know what I mean when you see larger pores and then trying to put makeup over the top of them. But it just looks like this. It's very much like a silicone-y primer, and it just smooths everything out. It just helps. I really do see a difference that it makes in that area. Now, I like to apply it more so in the T-zone. Sometimes I'll just kind of bring out any excess out here, but I like to keep it more so in this area right here. In particular, my nose. And you can kind of see how it took down that shine too, like from my sunscreen, because my sunscreen does have that glow to it. Because if you see, like kind of up here where some of that glow is, and then if you look here, it definitely smooths everything out, and it just looks so nice on the skin. I feel like it definitely helps those pores. So even though this one was kindly sent to me by Smashbox, I would go out and purchase it myself. Okay, the next product is my Tower 28 Serum Concealer. I love this stuff for a multitasker. I love to use it as eyeshadow primer. Oh, and mine's in the shade BH. I use it as eyeshadow primer, I use it as concealer, and I've used it as foundation, and it works beautifully as all three. It is just one of my most favorite concealers. I just feel like it's a good all-in-one product. Even if you're someone that you don't want to wear a foundation, but you want a good concealer, this one is perfect. And this is a Rare Beauty concealer brush, and I'm just going to put that all over my lid here. This concealer is just nice. It's a serum concealer, so it's very lightweight, and that's what I do love about it. It's not too heavy on the skin. It blends out very easily, as you can see. It's a perfect formula. It's just one of my favorite concealers. I would repurchase it for sure. I love it so very much. Of course, Tower 28 is like one of my most favorite brands ever. I love basically every single one of their products, so it's no surprise that this would be one of my favorite concealers. Now, another concealer, well, in this case, it's a concealer mixed with a corrector as well. So let's talk about the corrector first, since I do like to apply that first. We have the Cali Ray Hideaway Under Eye. This is a long name. It's like Hideaway and Brightening Hydrating Under Eye Serum Concealer like corrector. Now, this one is in Cool Sunrise. I also have the shade Pale Sun. I like both of them. Now, this shade comes in handy for helping out lighter concealer shades for me to make them really not so bright on my under eyes. I don't like that look on myself. I like for my under eyes just to match everywhere. I don't really like a bright under eye. And speaking of a corrector that, well, is too light for my under eyes, but you'll see the way I also like to use it. This is from NYX. This is their Pro Fix Stick Correcting Concealer. Now, this one is in the shade Fair. These tend to lean light. I feel like this is a very, very fair shade. So I like to mix these two on my under eyes, but in general, regardless of the mixing, this Cali Ray corrector is my favorite corrector of all time. I would definitely run out and repurchase this. I would actually like to try their shade they have called Dawn, which is like a pink. I just want to see if that would even work for me, but I just like to apply little dots here. This is another that's kind of like that serum style. It's very lightweight, which is what I love. I love lightweight products, especially on a day-to-day basis. And then for my NYX product, now this is like a stick application, so I just like to take some right here. You can swipe it directly on your under eyes if you want. I just like doing it like this since I apply my concealer with my finger anyway. And I just press over the top, and I just feel like mixing these two makes the perfect shade for my under eyes, where it's not too bright, and I just like to tap the rest of the product into my finger. It's not too bright, but it's not too dark, and it just creates the perfect shade. And this NYX product is so creamy. The formula blends right in. It is another one that I would absolutely repurchase 100%. I just never want to be without it. It's one of the best concealers I've ever used. I know they also have actual corrector shades too. I would like to try one, but not right now since I do love the Cali Ray one so much, but I wouldn't be opposed to trying it out because I just really think the formula is absolutely beautiful. So see, then I like to take what's left and really press that in and then go back in. I am going to go ahead and do like my face steps first today and then go in with eyeshadow because I'm doing something very, very soft on the eyes, which my signature. And of course I'll be going in and like setting and fixing these creases from that concealer on my eyes, but I want to do all of these steps like this first before I go in with powder. But you can see just how absolutely beautiful that is on the under eyes, and it looks good all day long. That's what I love. It doesn't ever look too dry on me, and that's why I love this product from NYX and this one from Cali Ray. I know that this would make you go through more product than ever, but you know what? It's worth it to me because it's so good. The same NYX concealer, I use it as foundation. And it is creamy enough to where you don't even need a brush to apply it. Like if you're someone that you prefer a sponge application, all you need is a sponge with this. It blends right in beautifully on the skin. It doesn't look heavy, it doesn't look cakey, it doesn't look dry, at least on me. I know everybody's skin type is different, but it's so beautiful in the skin. I feel like if I was someone who was a true makeup minimalist, I would put this, I would have this, and I don't think I would need any other foundation or anything if I was a true minimalist wanting to have as little product as possible. Honestly, this is so good. And before we apply that, there's one more product here that I want to mention because I spray my sponge with this. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Setting Spray. This is a mini that I just repurchased. I've gone through, I can't tell you how many of these. And I'd actually just completed a mini, maybe like a few weeks ago, maybe by now, and I missed it so much. I love this setting spray. I immediately had to have it back in my collection. I know she's got a holiday set out right now where you can buy 2 minis in a set. This is one of the best setting sprays I've ever used. Now the way I like to apply it is I like to spray my sponge with it, like just 2 little, well I just got that all over me, but it's okay, it feels nice. I just like to do 2 little spritz on my sponge, and then it really helps press any foundation into the skin. I don't want to ever be without that because I was out of it probably for like, I'll say, yeah, maybe about 2 weeks, and I hated it. So what I'm going to do is I just like to apply this one side at a time. I'm just going to do a couple of little swipes here so you can kind of see what I mean. Yes, this would cause you to go through this probably a lot more, but honestly, I think it's worth it. And then I'm just going to take my sponge, and we're just going to blend it out. And I have been wearing this as foundation, and it is so beautiful. Look how easily it blends out. And it's a stick. You know, normally you have to use a brush, not with this one. And it's so lightweight. I mean, and just look how it blends out on the skin. It just looks so beautiful. It just blends right in. It's flawless, and it's light coverage, which is what I prefer, and it just blends in really easily. I haven't done lip prep yet, and there's a product I want to mention there too, but a lot of times when I'm doing foundation, I just go over the lips, so I wanted to wait till after I finished all of these steps, and then I'm going to go in with lip prep. But this is just so nice. I mean, I know that you're going to be using a lot of product this way, but hey, I think it's worth it simply because of how good it is, because of how easily it blends out. I mean, look at that. It's just so easy. And then, of course, I'm just going to take a little bit on the forehead as well. I think that if you're someone who you love like those really simple, quick, easy days, this is one of the best products. You probably could even use it as eyeshadow primer too. I haven't tried it that way, but I actually think I might, just to see how it would work. That way, for if you really wanted to, if it actually worked that way, then that would be like your one and done step, using this on the eyes, the under eyes, and all over the face, and have it look beautiful. And I just think it looks so nice on the skin. I just think it looks good. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and talk about lip prep here, and then we're gonna set all of this down with some powder. This is from ColourPop. This is one of their new Fresh Kiss lip masks. Now this one is in the strawberry milk. Now this one is newer to me, but these lip masks, I've tried them before in their holiday sets because it's basically like the same thing. This is just now a permanent line they have. And I have the one that was from the Rudolph collection, the Clarice one. I've mentioned that one several times on my channel. That one is so good, but it was limited edition, but this is one that's permanent, and the scent on this one, it smells so good, and these are so hydrating on the lips. So what I like to do is take like this little spatula thing. I got these from Amazon like years ago now, and I like to scoop out some of the product on the little spatula like so, and then just kind of place it right here, and then just apply it. And it is so nice. And it's just so nice on the lips. Oh, and I should have showed you what it looks like in there. I haven't used much of this one because this one is new, but I have used these lip masks before from ColourPop, just in their limited edition versions, but these are so good from them. I love it. And the scent on this one, like I said, so good. Smells like strawberry candy. I have two powders here that I want to talk about. One of them is a pressed and one of them is a loose. Both of them are like my favorites in each category. The first one is from Tower 28. This is their Get Set Press powder. Now this one is the translucent version, which you can see I have a pretty big pan. I'm trying to hit side pan over here, just expanding this really further in here, and I love this powder. This is one that I like to set my concealer with on my eyes. But I've also set my face with this as well, and I love this powder. It's a good, well-rounded powder. It's another that is very lightweight. It doesn't go on cakey, at least not on me. It's just a good, solid powder. So I'm going to take it on that Rare Beauty concealer brush, and I'm going to make sure all these creases are tapped out here on my lid. And then we're going to go in and apply that on the eyes. I'm going to go ahead and set everything now with powder. This is the first powder I want to mention, and then I'm going to talk about a loose one, but let me set this concealer down first on the eyes. Okay, now that that is nice and set, the next powder we're going to talk about has quickly become my favorite loose setting powder, and I adore the one size one. This one might actually have it beat. This is from Cali Ray. This is their Magic Hour setting powder. Now this one's in the shade Dawn, which is kind of like their more pinkier looking powder, but it doesn't look too pinky on my skin. Some pink powders do not look good on me simply because I have more of a warmer undertone, and sometimes these powders darken my foundation. They don't brighten really for me. This one though, this is one of the most beautiful powders I've ever applied to my face. It actually sets and it looks smoothing and blurring and beautiful on the skin. And it's lightweight. That is one of my biggest things with makeup, is it lightweight. I don't want something that's really heavy on my skin. It's just not for me. Look, I'm in my 30s now, and I just prefer makeup that is more lighter weight. Yes, I still do all the steps, but I want each step to be light, if that makes sense. So I'm going to take that same Rare Beauty brush and just pick it up. Oh, I should show you. It comes with like a little net in the center here, which is really convenient. The first time I used it, I was a little messy with it, but now that I know what I'm doing. All right, now let me make sure that all these any creases here are kind of pressed out. And then I'm just going to press this in, and it is so beautiful and blurring, and it just makes your skin feel so soft. Now, the only thing, there's only 2 shades, but I don't think it's actually meant to be. I like looking up, so after I press out creases to keep it from creasing before I go in with the powder. But I don't believe this powder was really meant to be skin tone shades anyway. It was meant to more so brighten, but what I would love to see them do is create this formula in skin tone shades. I'm talking like, I want a translucent too, and then have a powder for every skin tone as well. I would love to see it in this formula because this is beautiful. I can't get enough of it, and absolutely I'd run out and repurchase it immediately. It is so good, it's so pretty, and it actually sets your makeup. Some powders just do nothing. They just sit there and they make your face still feel sticky. They just cake up on the skin. That Say powder that I tried recently within like the last month or so, I hate that product. I hate that powder. It does nothing. It does nothing. I just don't know what the purpose of that powder is, unless it's just to be like a finishing powder, but they market it as a setting, but it does nothing. This one, however, beautiful. Now, I like to take this brush for in the T-zone, and then for the rest of my face, I go in with this powder brush from Rare Beauty, and then I just tap that in, and it just sets everything so beautifully. It's so good. And the fact that I love this one more so than I do my one size powder, which I love that one size powder, and I still stand by that. I still think that is a good, excellent powder as well. But there is just something so, I don't know what it is about this one. I really don't know. I just love it. And then I'll sometimes even take it back, whatever's left on the brush, over the eyes too, and just blend all the powders in. Now, you know what? We're going to go ahead and do the rest of my face steps, and then we'll do eyeshadow last. I know that's different from how I usually do it, but the eyeshadow I'm going to do is very, very simple, so I don't really have to worry that much about fallout or anything like that. But for bronzer, I mean, I have bronzers that I really do like, but you know what I've been loving? Is taking this Natasha Denona Eye Sculpt palette, this is the soft one, and using that Y2 shade right there as my bronzer. It is the perfect tone for my skin tone. What I like to do is pop it out the pan and then go in with this this is like their fluffy targeted brush or something, and just go into this shade. And it is the perfect bronzer tone. Now, of course, I have standalone bronzers that I really do love. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and say I don't. I absolutely do. But I've been loving this. And I think it's also because this palette is expensive. This Natasha Denona palette is $82. It's very expensive, so if I can multitask with it, I'm going to multitask with it. And I like doing that anyway. Now, I will say that I have been really loving the Hourglass palettes, my Deer and Horse palette. I didn't mention them so much in this video because those are limited edition, and I didn't really want to focus on limited edition products in this video. I wanted these products to be something that you can buy, that they're not marketed as limited edition. I'm not saying the brands might not, I mean, eventually some of these products might get discontinued, which would be sad, but they are not marketed as limited edition. I just didn't want to do that for a video like this. But those Hourglass palettes, the Deer and the Horse one that I have, they are beautiful, stunning. I love those too. I look forward to those palettes every year, but just didn't want to focus on the limited edition stuff. That is the most beautiful, perfect, lightweight tone I have ever seen for bronzer, for me. I've also used this palette for blush too. If you watched my review of this palette, that went up this past Friday. This is a newer palette in my collection, but I already know I love it. Okay, for blush, I have two here that I think are so beautiful. I want to try applying them together to see how that looks, because one of them is, I think, technically a highlighter, but on me, or they call it a low lighter, but on me, it looks like a blush. So we have the Danessa Myricks Yummy Skin Low Lighter. This one is in Unbothered, and it just looks, look how beautiful this is. It's just the most perfect tone. I just think there's something so special about it. Let me swatch it for you here. Look how pretty it is. But you can see how it shifts. Like it has that, oh, is it not even focused on it? It has like that pinkiness to it, but when you turn your hand, it has like that peachiness. It's so beautiful. So I really love that. And then another blush that is so beautiful is this from Glossier. This is their Cloud Paint Plush Blush. Now mine's in the shade Puff, which is this beautiful, like pinky peachy tone. It's so stunning. Let me swatch it next to the Danessa Myricks one. And there you can see these side by side. I just think they're so beautiful. No, it might be hard to tell. Maybe I back my hand out a little bit more. I know my ring light really washes it out, but they are such beautiful shades. This one has a lot more pink, but I think they market Puff as a pink, but on me it ends up looking like a peachy pink. Most blushes on me end up looking warm toned. I feel like most blushes don't end up looking cool tone on me. They usually pull more warm, but these are so pretty, and I wanted to kind of try them together, but now I don't know who to apply first. Maybe I should apply the Danessa Myricks one first, since it does have that highlighter, and maybe it'd be pretty underneath the Glossier with that shine, so let's try it. I'm going to take this Versed brush. This is like their multi-diffuser. It has a long name, but it's not on the handle. But I'll have all the brushes listed and linked for you below. And I'm just going to apply this one first. And I like a brush like this because it's more densely packed and I feel like it picks up the product a lot better. But look how stunning that is. It's so beautiful. And even though it's almost like a putty formula, I'm not sure if that's how you describe it, it applies very pretty over the top of powder. That's why I don't have to worry about going ahead and setting my face. It's just so stunning. And you can see that beautiful highlighter look. And maybe I should have placed this one over the top, but I thought, let's just try it out this way. But you know what? Maybe we'll switch and do the opposite on the other side just to see if it makes a difference. So let's try it out. So we're going to just leave it at that on this side. Then I'm going to go in with the Glossier blush with this Rare Beauty powder brush. And then we're just going to go over the top of that. I'm going to place some on the outer part of this eyelid too because I like to do that, mix in the blush and the bronzer like right in here. I think it just blends even better with the eyeshadow too. I love these two. They're so pretty and soft, and that's what I like because look how pretty that is. I feel like it's just such a soft, effortless combination. It's so pretty. Okay, now what we're going to do is see if there's a difference on the other side. We're going to apply the Glossier one first. There's like a brush that you can buy for these blushes from Glossier, but it just looks so interesting. Like one side has like a sponge or something. So I won't be picking the brush up, but I just thought it looked really interesting. But I would love to have one more shade in these. I'm looking at one. I can't think of what the name of it is. But it's really pretty. It kind of reminds me, well, I don't know if I saw that one in person or not, but it kind of reminds me of my favorite Milani blush a little bit, like that type of shade. But I don't believe they had it in Sephora and Kohl's the other day when I was there because I feel like I would have swatched it, so I'll have to go back and swatch it in person or something. I would love to have at least one more shade. Because you can see that's it by itself. So now you can kind of see this one alone and just, it's so pretty. It's light, it's soft, and that's what I like about it. Now, this brush is fluffy. You might can go in with a brush like this and it applies the pigment stronger, but I love more subtle. So something like this is absolutely perfect for me. I just think it looks so pretty because now you can see there's both of them together. And here's the Glossier one by itself, and let's just see if it made a difference to place one over the top or the other. So we're going to go back into the Denona one. But I just wanted to combine these. I think they're really beautiful together, separate. They're just stunning products. Let's just see if this makes a difference at all. It might not, but I just figured it'd be fun just to kind of test this out with you here. Like just try to see which one would layer better. Like, is it better to do it this way or is it better to do it the other way? Now let's see. Can we see a difference? I feel like no. It basically looks the same. So either way, whatever your preference is, so I'm going to add a little bit more of the Denona over here on top, just to kind of feel like I did go in a little bit more heavier handed on the other side, but there we go. Oh, it's so pretty. Look how pretty that is. So darling and girly, and I don't know, it's so pretty. It's just so beautiful. I love it so much. Okay, I'm not going to go in with the brows just yet until I do some eyeshadow because I don't want to get powder in them after I put my brow gel in. Okay, I'm going to go into the shade P1 from this palette on a Sigma E54. And we're going to apply that all over the lid. We're just keeping this nice and soft, and it blends in beautifully with that blush combo we did. And look how simple and easy and so pretty that is. Oh, I love that so much. I thought this would be the perfect eyeshadow shade to go with that blush, and I was right. I'm going to take more of P1 and run it right under here on my lower lash line as well. Then I'm going to go into the shade C1, just taking a little bit of that on my finger. I didn't pick up too much, and I'm just going to lightly press that all over the lid just a little bit to give me a little bit of scattered sparkle. Nothing too intense, it's just a little bit. You probably wouldn't even be able to tell on camera. In person, it's just a light dusting of sparkle. And you could have left it matte, it's beautiful that way as well. Just add a couple of sparkles, why not? I'm hoping you can kind of see that a little bit. I don't know if you can or not. You can see it in person, it's really subtle though. And then I'm going to go into a angle brush and go into this shade. What shade is that? W1 right here. Well, this is a ColourPop E6, but it's just an angle brush, and I'm going to pick up some of that. And I'm going to use that as a little bit of liner. It's going to be very soft, but I just want a little something out here. And it's a nice, pretty warm shade, so I just think it's really pretty up against that peachy kind of peachiness we got going on. And I don't even know if you'll be able to see it. It's just a very pretty, simple, soft, warm brown line. Now, of course, my favorite mascara of all time is the Refi. This is the Lash Sculpt, and this one is in the shade brown. And this is the one with that really curved one. This makes my lashes look so long and fluttery. It doesn't give my lashes much volume, but it gives length, which is what I prefer. I'm going to apply that right quick off camera. It's very hard to do that on camera, but I know I've showed you before. I'm going to apply that right quick, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I have that mascara done. It's so pretty. Now this one's the brown, so the shade is definitely very soft and subtle, but it's beautiful with this type of makeup look. So we're going to move on to my brows now that I've done like all my eyeshadow. This is from Verse. This is their Easy Brow Tinted Brow Gel. I really love this. Mine's in the shade Black Brown. This is one of the best just tinted brow gels that I've tried. I haven't tried many though, I will admit to that, because I used to be someone that would much prefer using a pencil and then just using a clear brow gel, but I've gotten into using a tinted brow gel because then it's like a one and done step for me. So I just run this through the brows. That's all I do. Kind of fluff up this beginning part just a little bit, and I'm done. That's what I love. It's simple, and it's easy, and it makes me want to just hurry up and complete all the rest of my brow pencils and just use this. Now, don't get me wrong. I like a lot of brow pencils and stuff. There are some in my collection that I really do love, but this is just so easy. That's what I love about this. It's just easy. So onto the lips. I'm gonna blot away some of this lip mask, and we're first gonna go in with my Tower 28 one liner. This one's in Fill Me In. This one is my shortest one because I use this one the most. I love all 6 shades of these Tower 28 one liners, but if someone was to ask me my favorite shade, it would be this one. This is just my perfect shade, and that's what that one looks like right here. If I had to pick a favorite out of the 6 of them, because I love all of them, this would be the one. Now I'm just going to line my lips and fill them in completely with this. See, this is like a My Lips But Better shade. See, it's just so pretty. And then over the top of that, which sometimes I like to leave it just like this, but if I want more of a glossy look, which I definitely want that today, I like this from ColourPop. This is their Fresh Kiss Glossy Lip Balm. This is in Strawberry Milk as well, just like the lip mask I used. This is so pretty. Now, this is basically like a pinky clear. You can kind of see it, but it goes so well with lip liners that are this kind of shade because it does have that slight tint to it, but nothing too intense. I'm just going to apply that right over the top. And it's so nice on the lips. It's just a really comfortable lip balm. Okay, but here we have this completed makeup look. I love it so much. This is my favorite makeup ever. This is what I love to do on a daily basis, every single day. I could wear this makeup forever. These types of tones, these types of formulas, just lightweight, beautiful, soft, pretty, dainty makeup. It's my favorite. It makes me the most happy. I love makeup like this. It just makes me feel so pretty and just so put together, and I just love this style of makeup so very much. It may be boring to you, that's okay. I love it. This is what I find this makes me feel pretty. These products are beautiful, amazing formulas, just really stunning all the way around. But I do hope that you enjoyed today's video, and if you did, I hope you will please consider leaving a like, a comment, or subscribing if you haven't already, and make sure you hit the bell icon so you are alerted to all my future uploads. Follow me on Instagram at jessicadeerly, and all of these products will be listed and linked for you below. They are affiliate links, so if you click through and purchase, I do earn a small commission, and if you choose to do so, thank you so much for supporting me and my channel, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye!